Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Divinity Edition replay. Spawn on the right side as the yellow Britons, we have Mihal06. Spawn on the left side as the blue Khmer, we have Barles. Let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. Britons, Foot Archer Civilization. Counselors cost 50% less starting wood in the Castle Age. Wait, costs 50% wood starting in the Castle Age. Okay, I can't read, can't I? Wood archers except skirmishers get +1 range in Castle Age and +1 range in Pure Age, giving a total of +2. And shepherds work faster. Shepherd. I don't know why I think of Mass Effect when I see the word shepherd. Spawn on the left as the blue Khmer, siege and elephant civilization. No abilities required to advance to the next age, which can be nice if you're going for a very, very fast castle. You can skip the blacksmith and market, probably very useful in arena. Markets and farmers do not require mills or towns to drop off food, so you can just squirrel them away in the corner of the map. Villagers can answer houses as garrisons, which can make him deploy a house next to a scored away farm, and that way it can be nice and safe. Plus elephants, mounted scorpion unit. Swords, battle elephants get +3 attack, double crossbow. Guarantees ballista, elephants, and scorpions 2 projectiles, and team bonus scorpions get +1 range. And I think I covered the other upgrades for the Britons. Yeomen, mounted unique units, the archer, longbowman. Can't speak. Yeoman's +1 foot archer range, giving him even more range with his archers, and +2 tower attack. Warwolf, trebuchets do blast damage. So that is a total of 3 additional range you get with those archers, and you also have access to bracer. So your arbalists and your longbowmen have really good range. And I hit my knee against my table. Sorry about that. Blue scouts advancing forward may get stabbed by this spearmen. Crossbow or bowmen firing some arrows into the scouts as well. It looks like Blue's going to try to get these villagers. That villager decided to stand and fight, shanked the horse a couple times. He's not exactly too concerned about these 2 scouts. 2 scouts is not exactly very lethal. He does have a decent defense force here. He's trying to block some in as well. Does manage to get the walls up there, so he's going to try to break out through there. These walls could be finished off. Yell's villager does get quite wounded. Over here, got a couple more skirmishers and another scout being deployed out. And I knocked my headphones out of the jack again. Sorry about that. These scouts are still tapping away against these villagers, but not really accomplishing all too much. On the left side, we do have the scouts do meet each other right there. Skirmishers are still advancing forward. Bowman gets some decent hits there. It is clear that the Briton players are going to go for archers. The whole civilization is around improving their archers. Scouts do find some hits there onto these lumberjacks. He may be eyeing for a counterattack onto his opponent. These scouts are quite wounded. We do got some more shanks there onto the scouts. Scouts are getting quite wounded. The spearmen should be able to poke each one once to not kill them. It does lose a villager there, but does take out both scouts with that villager. Or with a trade for that villager. Yellow's also has less villagers at the moment, 28 to 31. Now Yellow's advancing forward with his archers. He's getting out his fletching upgrade now. This one has not received fletching just yet, and he's on the high ground, getting some good damage there on the archers. In fact, he moved ordered them so far forward, and now they're getting picked apart right there. Yellow's losing a pretty important engagement right here. He needs these foot archers to stay alive, because he needs to keep them rolling. But right there, this time, he keeps them rolling on the ground and dying and bleeding out. Scout does pick off one of those skirmishers there. Yellow has now fully encased his little village area, but it is not a whole lot of land there. And blue's is not a very large amount of land either. Yellow Scout is withdrawing. We do got these crossbow or bowmen advancing forward. Blue's going for mass skirmisher because his opponent is Briton. He's going to go for mass archers. So you need skirmishers and knights. Scouts will have a bit of trouble, especially when the archers get into a large enough number. But blue just going to need to really push forward with these skirmishers. Takes out that ostrich.
Ready.
Scouts and archers advancing forward, trying to get some arrows onto the scout Kelly. Fletching has been researched. His opponent's fletching has been researched as well. Scout is getting some hits there. These skirmishers are being focused down now. A couple of the yellow archers do go down. The scout does a great job of just getting some good damage in. Now the archers and the scouts advancing forward. No Castle Age for yellow just yet. Blue is not going for Castle Age just yet either. Yellow scouts advancing forward. These scouts currently have 2 pierce armor. The archers have 5 damage. And right now it just doesn't have a good enough number to deal with these skirmishers. Yellow scouts, he's doing a good job of maintaining good scout supply. Now help him get a good front line, control some fire from the skirmishers, as well as hit them in melee. Skirmishers now do have some armor research, both pierce and hack armor. And looks like this force is just going to fall on back. He needs Castle Age. Blue's going for Castle Age now. Yellow has no Castle Age at the moment. He's saving up his food. Doing a good job avoiding that skirmisher fire with his scout cavalry. Got these archers advancing forward, but still quite wounded. Just take out that archer right there. Blue's now advanced to Castle Age. Yellow has not received Castle Age just yet. Blue will likely get a skirmisher upgrade immediately. Nope, going for a knight, which is also pretty good. He also needs to get probably more focus on the knight pierce armor than the hack armor. You got a forward towns that are being employed out right there, trying to secure up that full supply. And now these scouts are going down. Yellow's force is going to get cleaned on up. So far, Yellow has not been doing well in these engagements. Nice pushing way forward. We got these forces going to be supporting the knight as well. Let's see what Yellow's going for research. More archers, Castle Age. So going to go ahead and reinforce this palisade gate with some housing. A lot of housing there. Going some more archers. We're going to need a lot of archers at the current rate. Castle Age is now available. Getting out some knights as well. Getting a good force of knights to support out his force wouldn't be half bad. Because honestly, his opponent knows what his opponent's going to if he goes for mass archer. He's just trying to be less predictable, which is very important. Skirmisher is just trying to harass these villagers as well. He doesn't have a whole lot of wood in his town area. Yellow has a handful of knights now. Does cancel one of those houses. Now we do got a big wave of crossbowmen now being deployed now. I haven't seen Bodkin Arrow just yet, have we? Nope, he has gotten for Bodkin Arrow.
Ready.
Crossbows now have 8 range, 7 attack. I do hear this monk there. His body blocking does claim a knight for himself. Great body blocking there with his skirmishers. Does take out the monk there. He knows that his force of skirmishers are vulnerable to knights, so he's already preparing a counter with monks, it looks like. Or he was just trying to go for relics right there. It's good hits there onto these villagers, but it looks like he's putting a lot of rounds into the town center actually. You have now the elite skirmisher upgrade. We may see some light cavalry as being employed out as well. Oh, going for pierce armor, which is actually very important. Skirmishers are making their way forward. They do have 7 range versus the crossbowman's 8 range. Looks like this skirmisher will be picked off by this scout. Looks like that skirmisher is in hold ground stance, so it's not running away from the scout cavalry. Yellow has a very good force of knights here to support his archers. Blue's going for a handful of monks as well as a good number of villagers. Right now Blue does have 10 more villagers than his opponent. And going for some conversions there. He may get himself 2 free monks there. I see at least 1 converted. Looks like both those monks do go down, so he's only got 1 knight converted. Crossbows are advancing forward, trying to get some hits there. Skirmishers are getting overran by these knights. The town center fire is going to be very useful. His own captured knight is now engaging, getting some good hits in. And support the town center as well is able to stay alive. Gonna go for a conversion. Nope, and he does get out of range right there. Crossbowmen advancing forward. Not sure we see a castle anywhere for the castle tech. No, we do not. The castle tech is the omen, which does give the foot archers additional range, so getting 9 range crossbowmen will be very devastating, I would say. Those monks are getting some good healing there. We've got more reinforcing knights. Right now the monk's range is 9 and the crossbowman's range is 8, so as long as the knights stay close to the crossbowmen can protect the knights. Mangonel pushing way forward. We've got Blue's single knight going to be overrunning the Mangonel. And will be saved. I do hear the monks now converting there. It does get a handful of knights there. These knight conversions are very, very important there. But it looks like the monks, a couple of them are still alive and getting some much needed health regen on all these forces. Yellow does have a handful of Mangonels on the point of view, but they're getting quite wounded. Got a monster to put on the front line. Yellow's knight count's not very high. Blue's knights are advancing forward. Yellow's knights cannot advance forward as long as there's monks in the region. Yellow's knights are getting sandwiched between all these forces. That seemed like a deadly hit on his own force right there. All of Yellow's knights haven't cleaned on up. Does only have crossbows remaining. Trying to stand there and fight. Does back himself to a corner, which is good. Yellow's Mangonel is still alive, or Freshwood is still alive. Does throw some rounds in that skirmisher. Right now the villager count is in favor of Blue, 80 to 60. That's a very, very large villager count there. And Blue's eyeing for some counter aggression there with his knights. Trying to engage these various forces. Looks like Yellow's facing forward with some miners there. Maybe trying to build out a castle somewhere. Blue's knights will not be able to spot this. They don't have very good vision range. But these skirmishers may spot the migration of villagers. Knights and crossbowmen still applying pressure to blue. Blue still has a superior number of villagers. And there's yellow's castle right there. That is pretty close to that town center. The town center may be in range, but the castle will be built quite quick. It could throw some of these archers into that castle as well to greatly increase the arrow count. Knights are advancing forward, may want to hit these villagers. And over here, blues, knights, and skirmishers are pushed on way on in, but yellow maybe just trying to force opponent to an all-in situation with this castle placement. That is a very aggressive castle. Castle has been built. You may want to start collecting that opponent's stone right there. Nope, it's going for the mining encampment for the gold. Scouts being reinforced. That is just a regular scout, not a light cavalry. We have another wave of knights advancing to yellow's base as well. Yellow does not have a lot of defense for these knights, against these knights. Try and convert that villager. Does get the village right there, and the villager does stay alive there thanks to the fact that the town center did get a bit too much wounded there.
Yay. Briton.
Good in town center now. More blues knights advancing forward, and yellow's going to be losing his much needed villagers. That's a lot of villagers down. Yellow's deploying out some more knights, but it's still severely outnumbered. Blue has, or yellow goes ahead and claims the opponent's gold, and that is a very large gold patch there. That's actually is a starting out gold patch. So that is a very valuable gold patch being denied. Knights are advancing forward, trying to engage blues knights. Blues knights can easily kill off those yellow knights there. They are very wounded and outnumbered. And right now, yellow just needs to pull out some spearmen to protect against these knights. Blue is just charging forward with knights, as we got yellow now just trying to force his opponent down with some forward a castle. It's getting very messy very quick. Blue's also claiming this gold node there, this stone as well. So it looks like Blue's just going to be expanding out to various different locations there. And the villager count's still pretty low for yellow. Houses receiving some much needed repairs. We got these knights still going around, able to draw towards the town center fire. A couple of those knights do go down. Now the town center is receiving some fire, and blue's going for even town center right there. Crossbowmen being overran. The economy for both sides. Yellow has no food whatsoever. Trying to get these farms collected there. Got a big wave of villagers coming back on in, trying to go for a defensive castle. And over here, Blue's town is still under siege from the crossbowmen and the Magno. Going for a battering ram wouldn't be half bad. Help destroy these buildings. We got another town center being put out by Blue over here, and he still has knights in the mix of everything. Yellow has walled off this region, finishing the wall with a castle. The castle's been built, getting some good hits there onto these knights. Knights are getting some more hits there from this town center. And it looks like all those knights do get cleaned up, but Blue still has a good number of knights in this region. You may not have murder holes researched either. Murder holes have not been researched, so these knights can rush forward on this castle and quickly knock it down. Crossbowmen's moving around trying to find an angle, but can't be overrun by these knights. This is just a very precarious game. Both sides have just enclaves everywhere. There's no solid front line. Yellow's crossbowman has to avoid these knights like the plague. These crossbowmen are also being picked off as well, so Yellow can't get any reinforcements to his army, and looks like Yellow has surrendered. This game got too messy too quick, and Yellow just didn't have a mobile force to handle a messy game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.